At 9 a.m. this morning, the Prime Minister of India addressed the nation, an address that took the country by surprise. He announced that the 3 farm reforms passed by the Indian Parliament 1 year ago will be repealed by the end of this month. The Prime Minister thanked those who supported the reforms and requested protesting farmers to return to their homes.
आज मैं आपको, पूरे देश को ये बताने आया हूं कि हमने 3 कृषि कानूनों को वापस लेने का, रिपील करने का निर्णय लिया है। इस महीने के अंत में शुरू होने जा रहे संसद सत्र में, इसी महीने में हम 3 कृषि कानूनों को रिपील करने की संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया को पूरा कर देंगे। साथियों, मैं आज देशवासियों से क्षमा मांगते हुए सच्चे मन से और पवित्र हृदय से कहना चाहता हूं कि शायद हमारी तपस्या में ही कोई कमी रही होगी, जिसके कारण दिए के प्रकाश जैसा सत्य कुछ किसान भाइयों को हम समझा नहीं पाए।
For the uninitiated, the Indian government had introduced 3 farm reforms last year. They were aimed at promoting easier trade for farmers by regulating market practices in wholesale markets. The aim was to end the monopoly of middlemen and introduce private players to make the market more competitive. 3 bills were introduced. Number 1, the Farming, Produce, Trade and Commerce Bill, aimed at creating more trading opportunities outside the market. Number 2, the Farmers' Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Bill, to create a framework for agreements between a farmer and a buyer before production. And number 3, the Essential Commodities Bill, aimed at regulating the supply of certain food items in extraordinary circumstances. Farmer unions did not accept these reforms. They said they would leave them at the mercy of corporates. They demanded the creation of a minimum support price bill to ensure that corporates do not control the prices. The government resisted. This led to protests. Since November last year, Sikh farmers from the state of Punjab have led the protests and this farmers' agitation, along with farmers from Rajasthan, Haryana and parts of Uttar Pradesh. Most of them have camped around the borders of Delhi since November 2020. They've been protesting on highways leading to the national capital. These protests have often spilled into violence. For instance, on the 26th of January this year, when India marked its 72nd Republic Day, thousands of farmers drove into New Delhi on tractors. They damaged public property. They installed flags with Sikh symbols on the Red Fort. The government's response at that time was muted, to say the least. But it's suspected that the agitation had been infiltrated by Khalistani elements, a separatist movement that wants an independent Sikh state in India. This made many discredit the protests as a movement with vested interests, the handiwork of anti-India forces that were trying to spread unrest in the country. But the movement did not die down. The farmers stuck to their demands. Today, those demands have been met, and the timing is significant. This decision by the centre came on a day when the 20 million Sikhs of India were observing Guru Purab, the holiest day in Sikhism. So the timing of this gesture, as well as the Prime Minister's invocation of Guru Nanak, is being called an act of goodwill towards Sikh farmers, at least by union ministers. Not everybody agrees, though. The government's critics are calling it a spin, an electoral bait aimed at the Uttar Pradesh and Punjab Assembly elections. Both these states will head to the polls next year, and the opinion polls do not look good for the BJP. So the charge is that the government is trying to secure its vote base through this decision, that it has prioritized political capital over policy credentials. If the reforms were supposed to be repealed eventually, why did the government wait for a whole year? That's the argument. Here's what I'll say. This decision is a defeat of reform. It's a victory of street politics and intimidation. It's a victory of the weaponization of diaspora politics. It's a victory of politics over economics. Farmers of 2 states have been able to undermine farmers of the rest of the country. Repealing reforms in a public address and attributing the repeal to protests will only embolden such acts in the future. It sets a dangerous precedent. Any law that gets passed in the future could be subjected to this template. Those who wish to spread misinformation about a law could incite violent elements and arm twist the government into taking the said law back. That's not how things should work in a democracy. Even now, there's no guarantee if the protests will die down. Many farmers say their agitation will continue. They want more guarantees. They say their struggle will not end. So my question is, how many times will the government capitulate to such street power? How many times will it retreat in the face of intimidation? Think about it. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.